Getting all around my room, my world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the video here in the World of Juice channel, and welcome back to another episode of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers franchise here on Madden 25. We play the most important game of the season up until this point, the NFC Championship game against the Seattle Seahawks. I can't believe that we've gotten to this point. I didn't think that with the season... with the roster that we had, I didn't think in year number one we'd be playing in an NFC championship, but here we are. Here we are. We had to take out the Philadelphia Eagles and the LA Rams to get to this point, and those were not easy games, but we are here. Now, is Seattle the lesser of two evils? Probably, because if we didn't have to play the Seahawks, we'd have to play the Cowboys. So we can thank the Seahawks for upsetting the Dallas Cowboys in their playoff run, because we've already played the Dallas Cowboys earlier in the season and we lost to them. And it was like kind of convincingly that we lost to them. So I'm very, very happy that we did end up losing, or end up not having to play the Cowboys, because that saves us some potential heartbreak. The Seahawks team is not as good as us. I don't think, at least not on paper, I don't think they're as good as us. They've got some good players, Kenneth Walker, DK Metcalf on offense. They've got some very good talent. I think we are the better, more complete team. Now, obviously, we are still out Vita Vea and Rachaad White. Vita Vea will return to the team if we win this game and play in the Super Bowl. So we will only be out for Vita Vea this final game, but unfortunately, Rachaad White is still done for the entire season. But Bucky Irving has really stepped up in his place. I'm very happy that Bucky Irving has done as well as he has. He's had some missteps, obviously. He's a rookie, getting a lot more reps than he was probably ready for. So he's had his slip-ups, but he, for the most part, has been very, very solid. And I'm very excited how this team is doing. Mike Evans is a stud. Chris Godwin's a stud. Jalen McMillan is a stud. Baker has been doing unbelievably well once I realized that we need to control Baker and not let me, who's usering Baker, just make unbelievable, unnecessary plays, because they're just not going to happen. I'm going to make mistakes, and then Baker's not good enough to counteract my mistakes. So when we control the game with Baker and we run the football, that's kind of how we've gotten to this point. So a game against the Seahawks in the NFC Championship, we have a good shot of making the Super Bowl in our first year of the rebuild. If we win a Super Bowl in year number one, that sets a whole new precedent for the rebuilds on the channel, because any of my franchise series that I've done, we've never won a Super Bowl in the first season. So that would be a whole new world for us here on the World of Juice channel. It would be awesome. I don't want to get ahead of myself, because this Seahawks team, even though they're not as good as us on paper, they still could catch us sleeping in the NFC Championship. It is at home, thankfully, because since the Cowboys lost, we get to host the playoff game because we're the higher seed. So that helps us out. We've had 3 straight home games, which is beautiful. And I really do think that not having to play the Cowboys is going to be very beneficial to us. But let's find out. If you're going to enjoy, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club. It is the NFC Championship game, Seattle Seahawks versus your Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Let's get this started. Here we go. NFC Championship. Let's view the playoff bracket. Let's figure this out. So it's going to be the Ravens and the Bills over on the AFC side of things. We will have our Super Bowl matchup by the end of this episode. Will we be partaking in the Super Bowl? I would love to. I would absolutely love to, but I don't know. We escaped the Philadelphia Eagles 21-14. We escaped the Rams 28-21. These have not been easy playoff games whatsoever. I don't think this is going to be any different, but you never know. Maybe we catch the Seahawks on an off night and we end up getting the W fairly easily. Who knows? As long as we come away with the W, I would be totally happy. And somehow we still don't have Bucky Irving's development trait revealed. I'm pretty sure it's only star, but I know that he hasn't really played too much, but he's gotten like 6 weeks of full-time reps or whatever it's been since Rachaad White went down. So I feel like we should have had his dev trade unlocked already, but it is not revealed. I'm guessing star, but I don't know for certain. I really hope that when we get to Super Bowl week, regardless if we're playing it or not, I hope that I get to see Jalen McMillan with a star development next to his name as well. That would be awesome. He's been so good this year. Offensive line has struggled at times, but for the most part, has been very solid. We've had our injuries with Graham Barton. Who the heck is Cody? Cody Barton's a linebacker, isn't he? Graham Barton's who I meant to say. And then Cody Mouch. Maybe I got the two mixed up. I combined their names. So these two guys have been on and off injured, but for the most part, we've been very healthy on the offensive line. Cade Otton, we've talked about the history of injuries he's had this year. And then on the defense, we've been fairly healthy. Except for the Vita Vea injury, not really many people have gone down on the defense. It's been a very, very impressive, healthy season for the defense. KJ Britt has been surprisingly good this year. Kalijah Cansey's had some very impactful games throughout the season. Tyke Smith made some impact. Christian Izien intercepted Jalen Hurts in the end zone in the wild card game. J.C. Jackson's had a good year. I mean, this whole team has had a really good year. I mean, obviously, because we're playing in the NFC Championship, so obviously we're doing something right. But it is time to play the NFC title game, Seahawks versus Tampa Bay, and I think you know where we're going with the Seahawks jerseys. There's only one jersey you can choose for the Seahawks, and it is this one. It's the Steve Largent jerseys. It's the classics. I mean, they just look so good. They just look so good. I am a fan of their current jerseys, but these ones just, there's something about them. I am also a fan of their Sean Alexander jerseys. These ones. I like to call them the Sean Alexander ones, or the Matt Hasselbeck, I guess. But obviously, it's these are the jerseys that we're gonna go with for the Seahawks. And then for us, I think we might as well just rock the normal ones. We've had the Jameis Winston ones. I think we just wore those last episode. We've worn the creamsicles recently. Let's just rock the traditional home. The pewter helmet, the red jersey, the pewter pants. We'll get into it at home. Hopefully it's not like a bad weather game. I'm hoping it's pretty sunny, pretty clear. I don't know if we're the first game of the day or a first game to play. I don't know if the AFC game is playing first or if we're playing first. If they are playing first, then we'll know who we play if we win this game. But it's all down to this. 4 teams remain. At the end of the day, when we get to the Super Bowl, are we going to be participating? I sure hope so. It looks to be a beautiful day here in South Florida for a game against the Seahawks. An NFC Championship appearance for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the first time since they won it all with Tom Brady back in 2020. So here we go. Geno Smith. This is the first time I think we've played the Seahawks this year. I don't think we got a matchup with them this year. So it's the first time we're seeing Geno, Tyler Lockett, DK Metcalf, Jackson Smith and Jigba, Kenneth Walker, all of the offensive weapons that they have. And they go right to Jackson Smith and Jigba, first play of the game. And he already gets some 9 yards on a reception. We're going to have to be very, very vigilant on who we cover and how many people cover a single player because they got a lot of weapons on this team. They fake the pitch to Kenneth Walker. Geno's got a lot of time. He fires it. Caught by Noah Fant. I thought, already an injury. Second play of the game, offensive lineman goes down. I thought we might have been able to knock that ball away because we got there so quickly. But he holds on. First down. And they will hand it off to Kenneth Walker. And this is going to be a big threat, but I keep diving on accident because I don't know who I am, and it's a touchdown for Kenneth Walker. I didn't know who I was. It turned me into so many different people. I couldn't figure out who I was, so I kept diving because I thought I was the guy closest to the ball. I ended up being the guy furthest from the ball. And it's an easy Kenneth Walker touchdown. He was even air trucking. Oh, that's not a good start. The Seattle Seahawks take 3 plays to score on us. Not because they did a good job on offense, but because I did a horrible job on defense. Okay, so we're down in this game, but we've been down in these playoff games before in this season, so we're not new to it. It's nothing changing here. And here comes Baker. Baker, the touchdown maker. Let's go out on offense, first drive of the game, and let's establish ourselves. We have become a run team. Whether it's with Rachaad White before his injury or now with Bucky Irving, we are a run-first offense. So let's establish that here on the first drive of the game. And then if we need to break out a pass to one of our very talented receivers, we certainly can. Handoff. Bucky. Great blocks by the offensive line. This offensive line, a blocking machine for the run game. Very good run. And we are going to hand this off to Bucky one more time, but he didn't get a block there. I needed Dwayne Brown to pick up that block. It was a tough ask to for him to pick it up because he was kind of like stuck on his double team or whatever, but I needed him to pick that up. We could have got some good yards, but we do get a great block on the outside there, and it's a first down. Already 4 carries, 28 yards, and now's the time we break out some sort of pass. I don't know if we have a play action in our wheelhouse here, but we might be able to break out something, maybe like a bench play. I'm not a big fan of the bench plays. I don't think they work that well, but we'll see how this one works out. I'm actually going to step up with Baker, and I'm going to slide down. Wow, okay, I'm surprised I got out of that pocket. I am really surprised I got out of that pocket. I thought it was going to get brought down immediately. 2nd and 3. That's one of the reasons why I don't like the bench play, because it just doesn't seem to ever work for me. Ooh, Bucky's able to slip through a tackle and get a big gain. I thought he was going to stop behind the line. It looked like it initially. All right, good job, Bucky. Getting us out of danger there. Fresh set of downs. And now we'll break out our first pass, but the Seahawks defensive line squishes me. I thought I had more room than that, or more time, I guess. They were not fooled by any of our previous runs. Okay. Is this defensive line just going to be disrupting me all game? Yes, they are, because they are here again. Pass interference. Defensive pass interference. We got bailed. I'll take that. I was just throwing it up to try to get away from the sack. The pressure was coming in. It's a free first down. Thank you very much, Seattle defense. This might be a run game because the offense or the passing game doesn't seem to be working. Every time I call a pass, the Seahawks defensive line is in there immediately. So this might have to be a Bucky Irving 40 carry game. I don't know if it's going to be a 40 carry game, but it's going to be a Bucky Irving featured heavily game. Maybe we steal a pass every once in a while, and that's Mike Evans down non-contact. We cannot have that. We cannot, if we're going to win this game and make a Super Bowl run, we cannot have Mike Evans go down on a non-contact injury. It looked like his ankle or maybe his Achilles. It's a high ankle sprain, and Mike Evans is done for the day. Wow, the injury bug just keeps rearing its ugly head. That is an unbelievable injury to suffer in the first quarter. Big cut time cat. Ooh, that looked like, is that Leonard Williams injured? I don't know who 91. No, Leonard Williams is like 99 or something. I don't know who 91 is. That's a big catch from Kate Otten. Bucky, can he squeeze in? Yes, he can. We tie it on our first drive. Bucky Irving had a really good drive, and the offensive line had a really good drive there, especially in the run game. The pass game, offensive line left a lot out there to be desired, but the run game, they really dominated. They opened up so many different holes for Bucky to run through, and Baker got a good pass to Kate Otten to set us up in really good position. That Mike Evans injury, it's a high ankle sprain, and if we're able to win this game, he's got an extra week to rest it for the Super Bowl. I really hope it's just a one-game injury and he's back. Especially if we're able to win it and have the bye week for the Pro Bowl. So we'll see what happens, though. We can't game plan for something that hasn't happened yet. We don't know the severity of the injury except for it's a high ankle sprain. But this Seattle Seahawks offense could be pretty scary, which we knew because they had a lot of weapons. End of the first quarter, it's all tied at 7, but the Seahawks look pretty dangerous. The Seahawks look pretty dangerous. I'm going to use her Tryon Shoyinka here. See if we can make some moves on this left side of the line. And it's going to be Kenneth Walker again. We made him bounce it outside, and he had no chance. Good job. I think Tryon Shoyinka was the reason why he had to bounce that outside. It didn't work. Good job there, Shoyinka. They're going to motion Walker out. This could be a pass to him. But Joe, oh my God. Okay, we're going to make him punt. But Joe Tryon Shoyinka was right there for the sack. It was as close as you're going to get, too. All right, but that's a good play. That's a good drive. We forced the punt by Seattle. They really shouldn't have any points. I just messed up on that defensive drive in the first time they had the ball. Palmer, solid enough return, starting the 29-yard line. And here comes Bucky Irving back onto the field. if we got to go to the run game, right? I mean, the run game is what got us down the field. And look at it, it's gonna go again. I mean, oh God, he got hit hard. But the offensive line is opening so many holes for Bucky. It's crazy. It's so much different than the passing game. It's kind of scary, actually. Oh, but that was not a hole. Only 2 on that one. Dotson was right there for it. 2nd and 8. Oh, do I do a 2nd and 8 run? Maybe. Let's call it. 2nd and 8 run is a little bit risky, especially because we're going to get stuffed for only a yard. It looked like I had a lot of room there. All right, we're going to go with a motion mesh trail. This could be McMillan. This could be Godwin. It's probably not going to be Pierce, though. His route's going to take a little bit too long. And it's going to be across the middle. I'm going to go nobody. Ah, crap. And that's a fumble by Baker. I think Baker picked it up, too. Man, that was brutal. Nobody got it. Godwin got taken away immediately. McMillan got taken away. And Seattle was right there. Oh, this is a tough game. This might even be more tough than the other games. The Rams and the Eagles. All right, so we both have punts on our most recent drives. See what Seattle's got cooking here. They're gonna hand it off to no. It's gonna be play action. It got me. I would have bid on it. Oh, Geno's running around. He's not gonna get anywhere. Greg Gaines brings him down for the first sack of the day. Good job, Greg. Geno was trying to find some space. He was moving around that pocket like crazy. That's a big time sack, moving it to 2nd and 13. Trayvon did a good job of sealing the edge there. Another play action, another sack. Yes, sir. Is it Kalijah Kancey? I think it might be. That's another big time sack. That leads us to the 2-minute warning. Back-to-back sacks for this defense. That's what I'm talking about. Kalijah Kancey has had such a big end of the season and now into the playoffs as well. I think he had at least a sack on Jalen Hurts, right? In the wildcard game. Now they hand it off to Walker. He's going to get brought down by Levante David, and that is going to go nowhere. They will punt the ball back to us, and we have one chance to score before we get the ball to start the second half. So the double dip is in real prime territory right now. Palmer, kick return, gets us to the 48-yard line. Okay. They want us to pass to start the drive. I don't hate that. I just wish I had Mike Evans out there. He's my safety net. But Chris Godwin's also a good player. And he's going to... Oh, I thought he broke that tackle for a second. Good job there, Chris. We're going to go with the high-low cross. This could be a big Chris Godwin game. I'm going to hit McMillan, though. Oh, it's not a fumble. No way. Not a fumble. Not a fumble. Absolutely not. He was either down or it's incomplete. There's no way that's a fumble. There just can't be. They're going to booth review it, so I don't even have to do it. That's got to be overturned. There's absolutely no way that can be a fumble. Okay, they give possession back to me. Thank you. Thank you. There was no way that's a fumble. How late did it come out? So he gets it. He takes the big hit. Oh, yeah, that elbow is down clearly. The knee is also down. His whole body's down before that ball pops out. So that's clearly not a fumble. Thank you, Booth, for reviewing that, not making me have to do it myself. But the clock is running down. I'm going to hit McMillan again here, and we're going to call one of our timeouts. 22 seconds. Got to get a little aggressive here. Got to get a little aggressive. I don't know who the aggressive guy is, though, because Mike Evans is our jump ball guy, but we don't have Mike. I'm going to try to fit it in over the top. How did he turn around? No. He was so open on that play. Oh, it's annoying. That was going to be a big-time play, too. That was going to be a big-time play. All right, I guess we play for the field goal. Unless Alec Pierce takes off crazy here. Alec Pierce up the field. Alec Pierce gets us in unbelievable position. That's why we made the trade for him. 11 seconds, 2 timeouts from the 6. We are in prime position to score, baby. Prime position to score. I'm going to hit Cade Otton, and he's going to turn the field, and he's going to punch it in. The first half of the double dip has been completed. Cade Otton with a score. He got denied at the 1 on his previous catch. This time he gets in. Okay. We got through that half fairly good. The defense really stepped up once I was able to not mess up my defensive tackling there by not knowing who I was. And we're going to make him return this. He's going to get brought down with 3 seconds remaining. So they got one play. And they're going to kneel it. Okay, I'm fine with that. They're going to take the half. 14-7 lead in the NFC Championship. All right, and we get the ball. So we are in a real good spot. We are in a real good spot. We're going to keep the game plan going of running the football. And we're going to turn the chew clock on. We are going to turn that clock on to chew. Palmer back to return. Oh, bouncing off a guy. I thought I had a little bit more space than that. Probably went the wrong angle. All right, Baker. Let's see what we got. Chew clock has been activated. Let's get this bread, brother. Oh, solid blocking. Good vision from Bucky Irving there to find the open gaps. I'm telling you that in this Buccaneer offensive line in the run game has really stepped it up. And Bucky's got even more room. Bucky Irving is grinding these yards. I mean, it's easy for him. Anybody, I could run through those holes. These are massive openings the offensive line is creating. Cut it back in. It's a solid return, or solid gain of 4. Okay, 15 carries for 100 yards. I told you it was going to be a Bucky Irving day. It's just the way that it felt in that first half. The offensive line was working, but the passing game was not. So Bucky will get it again. Everybody's playing the pass, and look at Bucky Irving, man. He doesn't have that burst that Rachaad White does, but he's pretty good. He's a pretty good number 2 running back. I'm glad that he's on our team. Because if we had to rock with like Dalvin Cook as our number 2 running back, we could be in trouble. Oh, but the change direction's not there. I tried to cut that in before I got closer, but the change direction might not be there for Bucky just yet. He is a rookie. Got to cut him a little bit of slack, I guess. Baker. Throw that away, Bake. Oh, I wasn't out of the pocket. I was waiting on Kate Otten to break through the middle, but he never did, and then I ran out of time. It took too long. I'm sorry, Bake. I'm sorry. I tried to wait as long as possible, but the pocket collapsed. I had to get it away. It's okay. 3rd down and 20. Kind of a drive killer. But if I could fit that in, I can. That probably would have been picked off anyway, so it's probably for the best it goes incomplete. 42-yard field goal right down the middle, though. I'll take it. Making a 2-score game, 17-7. We took a decent amount of time off the third quarter clock. Not amazing. That intentional grounding call is definitely a drive killer right there because we were cooking. We were driving down the field fairly easily. But a 17-7 lead is nothing to scoff at, especially if the defense plays like they have been playing on every other drive except for the touchdown drive. All right, here we go. Geno under center. Have not even targeted Tyler Lockett or DK Metcalf today. I think he only has 3 passing yards, and it's all to Jackson and the Jigba on one singular play on that first drive. So we'll see if they break out the passing game because they are down 10 points in the third quarter. Late third quarter, so they might have to change the offense up a little bit, but Geno's going to have to roll, and Joe Tryon-Shoyinka is there to meet him. Trayvon Walker forced him that side, and Shoyinka is right there to greet him, so 3rd and 15, another sack for this Buccaneer defensive line. That's number 3, I think, right? Or 4, 3 or 4. Trayvon, get out of there. Geno's going to scramble. We can't let him get that first down. How does he scramble for a first down there? We got to play so. How's nobody in the middle? I think we were playing a zone. How is nobody covering that middle of the zone? Or that middle of the field there? That's annoying. All right, fresh set for the Seahawks. Walker bounces off a tackle, but he might have lost yards on that. Yeah, he lost a single yard. If he wouldn't have broken off that tackle, he might have not even lost a yard. He might have just got back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 11. This could be the final play of the third quarter. It's going to be another handoff to Walker. He's going nowhere. We have not allowed Kenneth to do anything since that touchdown run they had, and he really shouldn't even have had that. End of the third quarter, we lead by 10 points, headed into the final quarter of the NFC Championship. Somebody's season will end after this fourth quarter. Will it be ours or will it be the Seahawks? Here we go. They're going to motion. It's Tyler Lockett. They're going to fire middle of the field. It's Jackson Smith and Jigba. He stays up on his feet. And he's got a big gain. But he might be hurt. He's a little slow to get up. Is he out there again? No. He's off the field for this play. That's kind of crazy. It's going to be play action. Gino's going to roll a little bit. Logan Hall was right there. That's got to be picked. It is. J.C. Jackson, what are you doing, Gino? He threw it 2-on-1. I don't know what Gino was thinking. J.C. Jackson's been a pick machine this year. And he adds one in a crucial playoff game. I mean, that wasn't easy. Anybody could have picked that off. I don't know what Gino was thinking there. I know he had to get it away because Logan Hall was right there, but that is that's an ugly throw for Gino, which could be the final throw he makes this season. Because I don't know, depending on how good this drive goes, I don't know if the Seahawks will get the ball again. We might be able to end it right here. I'd love that. I'd love to take out any certainty that they get the ball back. And Bucky, 3rd and inches. I thought he'd get the first down there. Okay. They don't give him the first, but he should be able to get it on this carry right here. Running behind the big boys, Tristan Wirfs and Dwayne Brown and Graham Barton, the rookie from Duke, I think. 20 carries, 134 yards for Bucky. He's having quite the NFC Championship. We're going to remember this game for a while for Bucky Irving. He's been a big piece to why we're winning. And he stepped up. When we needed him, when we asked him to step up, we needed him more than ever. He delivered. He actually answered the call. Especially with Mike Evans going down. Oh, I barely... No! It can't be a pick six. It can't be a pick six. It's a pick six. How is that picked off? It's Devin Witherspoon, the former first-round pick. How did that get picked? That's crazy. I had to get it away because Leonard Williams was right there. I know it's a tight window to throw, but he looks open here. And then Devin just steps in front and takes it. Oh, that's so frustrating. He looks open. When I'm throwing this football, I know he stops, which is not what you should do. You should attack the football. But when this ball is here, this is open. It's open, it's open, it's open, and now it's not open. And Devin just he intercepts the route. He played it really well. Pierce has got to attack that football. And now we are in a tough spot because now we're only up by 3. Do they kick the onside? No, they don't. They got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning. I can't believe that I threw that pick there, and especially making it a pick six. Oh, that's so frustrating. Baker's having such a good day. It's not really even Baker's fault. That's annoying. That is annoying. They are stacking this box like crazy to stop the run. It's not going to work, though. Bucky Irving lowers the shoulder, falls to the 36. They can stack that box all they want, but they are not good enough to stop us. Handoff. Cut it. Ooh, that was a little bit glitchy, but it works for me. It works in my favor, so I'm not going to complain about it. And that'll be the 2-minute warning. Okay. A 3-point lead. Obviously a little bit more sketchy than a 10-point lead. But we've got to the 2-minute warning with a fresh set of downs. So 3 timeouts right here, along with a possible extra first down, would be ball game. But it's not going to happen there because we're going to get no yards on that carry. Yeah, they're going to be absolutely bearing down on the run. We just got to get one play where we get really good blocking. And it could be this play right here. Bucky Irving's going to seal it. Bucky Irving, the great blocking is what I asked for, and we got it right there. Dwayne Brown, Tristan Wirfs, they delivered. And that, I think, ladies and gentlemen, might be the ball game. We'll see what happens on this play. Bucky falls forward for a couple yards. Good job. That's the final timeout for the Seattle Seahawks. All right, no mistakes. No mistakes. You got to throw a block there. Didn't even know he was there. And now we got to call one singular pass play. 3rd and 7. I got to go underneath. That's the obvious answer. Alec Pierce isn't going to get the first down, but that was the obvious choice. I had to go there. And they want me to kick a 54-yard field goal. A 54-yard field goal? I mean, I'll try it. I'm going to call my timeout, though. I'll try. Do I kick a 54-yarder? The wind is in my favor, so that's nice. All right, timeout called. I guess if we don't make it, do I go for it? I'm going to go for it. It's 4th and 2. I'm going to go for this. It's risky, but I believe in Jalen McMillan. I'm going to throw it to him. He's going to catch it. First down, ball game. We are headed to the Super Bowl, ladies and gentlemen. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers will play in the Super Bowl in year number 1 of the franchise. Oh, this got sketchy. This got sketchy. NFC champions in year number 1. Who will we play? Will we play the Baltimore Ravens, who were also 15 and 2? Wow. We did it. We actually made the Super Bowl in year number 1. Not what I predicted when we loaded up this franchise here in year number 1. But we got the job done. Seattle's offense just really wasn't there. They really even shouldn't have had any points. We gave them the 7 on the first 7 on the horrible tackling by me because I didn't know who I was. And then we gave them the extra 7, the 14, by throwing the pick 6. That shouldn't have been a pick 6. So they really shouldn't even have scored at all in that game. But it doesn't matter. And I don't see, crucially, I don't see one new injury. So that means Mike Evans was only out for that game. Perfect. And he gets to heal during Pro Bowl week. So that means Vita Vea and Mike Evans are ready to go for the Super Bowl. And it looks like we will play the Ravens top of the screen above my camera. You can see that the Ravens beat the Buffalo Bills. So we will play the 15 and 2 Baltimore Ravens in the Super Bowl. That is not really good. So here are your Pro Bowlers. If I remember, I'll move my camera to the middle so you can see both sides of things. Although you might be able to see the names, just not the overalls. So I guess we'll find out. But you got Dak and Patrick Mahomes starting the games. Obviously, we're not going to have any participants in this because we are playing in the Super Bowl, but there's some good names in here. A lot of very talented players. Max Crosby's here as well. What's Max Crosby's, not Cosby, God. What is Max Crosby's contract situation? Because that's a guy that I've been intrigued by, and he might want out of Vegas because of the Raiders situation. How did they do this year? The Raiders, oh, we're in the NFC, that's right. How did the Raiders do this year? NFL standings. The Vegas Raiders finished 8-9. I mean, Patriots finished 2-15. Why you got to do that to me? But the Raiders finished 8-9. I could see a situation where Max Crosby wants out, and maybe Tampa Bay is the situation he wants to go into, because we could certainly use an edge rusher as elite as he is. So if we go down to the Raiders and we take a look at his situation here, he's 27 years old. What's his contract look like? He's got 3 years remaining. He has interest in us, unless that's interest in the Raiders. Is that what that means? Is that interest in the Raiders, or is that interest in us? He's getting paid a lot, but it does go down. So it's a team friendly contract because it goes down later in the contract. It would be expensive, no doubt, but I could see Max Crosby asking out. Obviously, Devontae Adams in real life already got out, so maybe we make a trade for them to send him away. Christian Wilkins, what's his contract? I know he just signed here, or no, he got traded here, didn't he? Or did he sign here? I can't remember exactly. But it's his first year here. He's on a big time deal, so he wouldn't be able to get out just yet. But I could certainly see Max Crosby and Devontae Adams not being on the Raiders next year, and maybe Max Crosby ends up in Tampa. I don't know. We could take a look at the Patriots because they were the worst team in football this year. Obviously, we started this before Judon left. So, or actually, did we start it before Judon left? I don't remember exactly, but I know that obviously the roster I use is before Judon left. So, and we know what happened with Jabril Peppers in real life. So this Patriots team could be losing some guys, especially some of their older guys, their older talent guys. Kyle Duggar could be on his way out. They might want to rebuild with Christian Gonzalez as the number one defensive guy. They've got Marcus Jones, who's only 25 years old. Barmore, they need to re-sign him to a big-time deal. So the Patriots could be looking to shake things up a little bit. What about the Saints? Because we did see in real life that Marshawn Lattimore got traded at the deadline to the Commanders. So maybe Marshawn gets moved in the offseason for somebody new. Probably not to Tampa. He's got a 3-year contract. He's not making much this year, but it definitely goes up next couple years. Demario Davis could be leaving. Tyrann Mathieu. Chris Olave's got concussion history, but not in the game. What about Chase Young? Because if Max Crosby's not an option, maybe Chase Young's an option. Chase Young's got 1 year left on the deal. That's an expendable contract. We could be seeing Chase Young leaving New Orleans and maybe headed down to Tampa, Florida. I would not hate that at all. We'll have to keep an eye on that. What about Alvin Kamara? He's 29 years old, only star development at this point. What's his contract situation? 2 years left. Okay. He could be expendable. That's a tradable contract. What about the team that we just beat, the Seahawks? Kenneth Walker's locked up, or he will be locked up. Tyler Lockett I could see on the way out. DK's probably going to stay around, so is Devin Smith. They got a lot of young talent that would stay, so Tyler Lockett's probably the only guy that I could see leaving. Leonard Williams obviously would probably leave as well. And then maybe, obviously, Geno. Maybe they want to move on from him, start somebody new. Who knows? Draft somebody new. Steelers. What's TJ Watt's contract? It's probably pretty hefty, isn't it? 2 years, $30 million cap hit. Okay. That's not necessarily a tradable contract, but he could get frustrated in Pittsburgh with not winning. Same kind of deal with Cam Hayward, but I feel like Cam Hayward's a Pittsburgh lifer. He wouldn't really leave. Nobody else here really would be on the move, so it would really only be TJ Watt. I don't think Minka would leave. Texans, they didn't really do much. Diggs is 30, Tunsil's 30. Maybe they send those guys away to try to get younger. Who knows? The Titans are just god-awful. DeAndre Hopkins is still here. He's probably on the way out. Calvin Ridley, they need to get younger at the skill position, that's for sure. Jefferson probably doesn't leave, I wouldn't think. They need to get a quarterback other than J.J. McCarthy, unless they believe in him. I mean, might as well give him a chance. Harrison Smith is a lifer. Maybe they move on from Aaron Jones. Who knows? But they got young guys. What's Jefferson's contract? I don't think he ends up in Tampa. I'd love it if he ended up in Tampa, but he signed a max deal. He's probably staying here for a couple of seasons. I don't see him leaving at all. The Bears, I could see them moving on from Kevin Byard in the future. Keenan Allen is just kind of like a rental, I would think. The Bengals are not leaving Joe Burrow. They're not leaving Jamar Chase. But T. Higgins could be on the way out, that's for sure. I could certainly see a T. Higgins move. I could see a Trey Hendrickson move as well. The Bills, Josh Allen staying around. Matt Milano. Von Miller certainly could be on the outs. Taron Johnson could be gone. Jamal Adams, I don't even know why he's here. He could be gone as well. Ed Oliver, same deal. Broncos, PS2's not leaving. Miners probably isn't leaving. Sutton, maybe you could see Sutton leaving. But the Broncos really don't have anything else that would be expendable. The Browns. Myles Garrett. The Browns, I don't know how they finished. We could take a look at their record. I don't remember seeing them, but Myles Garrett's got 3 years left. It's a somewhat tradable contract. It's not that expensive on the cap hit. I could see a world where Myles is not in Cleveland anymore. Same kind of deal with Nick Chubb and David Njoku and probably Denzel Ward. Obviously, Amari Cooper's not there in real life anymore. He's in Buffalo. I could see a shakeup with the Browns. Let's take a look at what Cleveland's record is. How did Cleveland finish? Nick Chubb was the second leading rusher. If they didn't finish that well, then I could certainly see them blowing it up. Oh, they went 5-12. Absolutely, I could see Myles Garrett, Nick Chubb being frustrated. They want to get on a winning team. I could certainly see that. Okay. Chargers also had some struggles, but I don't think they have anybody really that would want to move on at that point. Same thing with the Falcons. They're kind of young now. The Giants, they really only have Malik Neighbors that anybody would want. Panthers did surprisingly well. I don't know. I feel like this offseason could be an important one. Could be a very interesting one. And I am going to take control of some of the teams and make some trades, make some moves with other teams, just to kind of make the league more interesting, throw some players around, and shake things up. It looks like Dak won the MVP this year, so good for him. This is going to be a pretty big matchup next episode. The Super Bowl Ravens versus Buccaneers. They went 15-2. Last time we played a team that good, it was the Cowboys, and we lost. So it's going to be a massive Super Bowl episode next episode. But yeah, in the offseason, I will take control of other teams and move some players around. I won't trade them to my team, obviously, unless I feel like it's deserving, like Max Crosby would probably be, or Chase Young. But anybody other than that, I would send them to like other teams or something that I feel like would be good situations. Like maybe Myles Garrett wants to get out of that situation in Cleveland. They won 5 games. So Nick Chubb could be on the way out as well. You never know. You never really know what could be the situation. But we can't focus on that right now because we've got a Super Bowl to focus on. Tampa Bay versus Baltimore, Super Bowl in the next episode. It's only year number 1, and we are in the Super Bowl. I cannot believe that. I'm as shocked as you are. And yes, I will go over, it is on all Madden difficulty. I haven't changed a single thing. It is on all Madden. The sliders are all base. It is everything is what it has been the entire year. We just happen to have a good luck in the playoffs. I mean, we didn't have to play the Cowboys. Talk about how good luck that is. I mean, they had the Defensive Player of the Year in the offense, or the MVP. So talk about having good luck with the Seahawks upsetting them. But we didn't get lucky with the Bills upsetting the Ravens, so we have to take on Lamar, Derrick Henry, and the Baltimore Ravens. It's not going to be easy, but I think we have a slight chance. Maybe. Possibly. Who knows? You have to find out in the next episode when we play the Super Bowl. If you enjoyed this one, leave it a like, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching. I truly appreciate it, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.